All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back on day 38, and I think today we're going to take ourselves a little trip back over to the hub city, get down with the nitty gritty. We're going to try to get ourselves ready for that base build that I've been talking about for a long time. Really was hoping to, get a bit of a better. Let's combine some nail gun parts before we go. It's still nighttime, so we have a little bit of time to kind of get our things sorted here, figure out what we're going to do. I'm going to certainly take more gas since we seem to have virtually an unlimited supply of that stuff going now. We still have another, I don't know, 10,000 or something, some crazy number like that, preparing in the chem station over here. Yeah, another 12,000. Goodness, 13,000. So, nail guns. Let's put this goldenrod here. We need to make some more. We need more water. We are out of water. Did we ever make those glass jars? I think we did at one point, and then we used them all. So let's get another stack of sand. Clay. We are out of clay. You know, I could probably go out at night and get the clay. I'll just leave some of this stuff in the forge here. Or, I'm sorry, in the base. So I'm a little bit clear. It's early in the morning here. I tried to get a early morning recording session going on. Today is actually Christmas Eve. So if you're watching this, I'm sure you're delayed by a week or two. Let's see. Chainsaw. What did we do? We need to start putting our chainsaw in. Oh, yeah, we did. Okay. Smart thinking, Grand Spartan. Put your chainsaw in there with the... All right, so assemble. Look at that 600 part on that thing. That is good stuff right there. Before long, we're going to have ourselves some purple gear, ladies and gentlemen. So we're going to combine... Oh, we don't need to combine that. We're going to combine the battery, the receiver. Bunch of good parts right there. All right, let's assemble you with the best possible combination of parts. Close her down. Almost a purple nail gun. Put our other part right here. Our animal fat does not need to be in there. I don't know what you were doing, Spartan. We could make some more fertilizer. Eventually have our full garden. I think I've decided to do an underground garden again. Of course, I think if you've looked at my underground tree farm, you'll know that they fixed that in Alpha 15 now, so that you cannot do that anymore. It may have even been 15.1 that they fixed it, where it breaks the bars as the trees pass through. So we put our scrap iron in here. We do not need that on us. I hear a little zombie screamer girl. Let's go ahead and take care of her. We'll make ourselves a new spike club. Oh, you know what we need to do? We need to get ourselves some steel. And we need to repair some of these pillars before they get broken. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. So let's walk down here, grab some steel. Trusty nail gun out. There's another screamer coming. Boy, that took some repairing there. That was about 15 steel or so to repair that thing, I do believe. Get this one up. Alright, so we have all kinds of activity to kind of tide us over until the next day. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. I think I have my hunting. Oh, yeah, I do have my hunting knife. Well, let's put that there. Get a couple levels done on the old hunting knife. Yeah, we'll take those bullets. Mm-hmm. Yeah, we'll take them, but we're not going to use the canned food much anymore. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. Well, that was fun. Sounds like a crawler. Yes, it is. Hello, Mr. Creepy Crawly. Don't you hit my leg. Try to cripple me. See, there's a little glitch area right there. I'll call it a glitch area where you can fool them into taking their head out of the pillar. I don't like the way they can stick their heads in the pillar now. I think that was some quick fix for stopping people from using this type of build. I really honestly believe that. Maybe not. But they never did that until this most recent patch on 15. I noticed in the test build that I played just for a short time, the first thing I did was went and build myself a pillar system base just like this one. And the very first thing I notice is as soon as they have the broken leg, they immediately go to sticking their head inside the pillar. That prevents you from getting a clean headshot on them. And then I found a little sweet spot where you can make them stick their head in between, but you're likely to get hit as well. So that's all right, though. I'm willing to take a hit to give a hit because my hit's going to hurt a lot worse than theirs. And but anyway, yeah, that's kind of how it's set up now. I don't care for that, but that just is what it is. We'll take this down. Oh, there's the antibiotic right there. We'll use you. Get rid of the ick. Food. 0. Animal fat there. We're going to scrap you. But what we need to do is, we need to scrap this as well, is we need to shoot out real quick while we have just a little bit of time left and get some clay. Because we're, like I said, I want to head to the hub city. And I want to get started on that that new base today. We'll use the auger. I don't know why I wouldn't use the auger. It's going to be a much more efficient way of doing it. We could also get some forged iron and make ourselves a new spike club, like I was mentioning. I apologize about that noise if you hear it. That's our garage door going up. Alright, so straight across is a big giant. Hey, fella, what are you doing there? I will beat you about the head and neck area, sir. Alright, so we're going to move over towards this pocket of clay here. Most likely going to draw some attention, but that's okay. It's we'll take them out as they come for us. I put a little bit of thought into a base that we might create. The big giant design that I did, the massive multiplayer base, I thought about doing a mini version of that. you know, it would take quite some time to do, which isn't as big a concern because we have a horde bunker now to fall back to. So, you know, I could absolutely just come back over here. We need to make ourselves a way out here because we're going to dig down. But I think, you know, it would be fun, cool to do a base like that where, you know, it is a pretty massive structure, just different from something that you'd see otherwise, you know, in other videos, other YouTubers or whatever. You know, kind of stick to my theme and things I like to do. And it would not be so massive as to take hundreds and hundreds of hours to complete. You know, we could do it in a relatively short period of time. I guess relatively speaking, short period of time. It would take us many episodes to complete it, but I do believe that's something we could complete. The one thing it would require is a lot of digging to bedrock. And I don't know how many of you'd be willing to stick around for that, but you know, that is one thing that it's going to require. I know some of you ask me from time to time, how do you dig to bedrock? How do you, you know, and is that a zombie? And so I could absolutely, oh, that is a screamer. Oh, but it's 4 a.m. So what you gonna do, screamer lady? Where is the screamer? Well, we're not going to worry about her. If she's going to be silly and play hide and go seek, we are going to come back over here, gather up a couple more things. All these pears, you know, I don't know what's up with that. Been getting a lot of peas and pears. I like peas and pears. But on here, I like the meat stew better. So let's get 1,000 of that cooking up. We'll get 1,000 of you here. Might as well get a bunch of it going. Get some of our wood. You know, that is one thing we should have done probably. It couldn't have done it at nighttime because the zombies would just overrun us. But we should have cut our tree farm down. Maybe we have time to do that real quick. Really want to get over there and get to working on that thing. So let's get some more wood in here. Oh yeah, we have plenty of wood in there. Let's turn it on. This was the one we were out. 93 minutes, okay. So we are going to need a lot of wooden frames. Let's look at our chainsaw parts here. Do we have any good parts? Oh, we have green parts there. So yeah, let's do that. Let's assemble, take you out of there. We'll just take it all apart and take a look at what we have now. If we take this one apart as well. Slap these together. Well, that's not much to combine there. It's all right. All right, so assemble chainsaw. All right, now we have a little better chainsaw. Maybe we can cut things down a little faster than we could before. Let's run out here and do that. I'm going to need, you know, a decent amount of wood for frames and ladders for sure. So I don't want to get, you know, one thing we did not bring out here is repair kits, and we're going to need those for this chainsaw, at least a couple repairs on it to get all these trees down. Should cut them down a little faster now with a few upgrades on that old chainsaw. Boy, I have misplaced my... Oh, I did not misplace them. I took all the repair kits over to the thingamajiggy. Another thing we can do is make a spike club while I am here with the forged iron. So 8 will just have to do us. We'll just cut trees until we use those 8. I think we have 100 over at the new building, the construction site. So let's see how many screamers we can attract today. Sorry about the noise with the chainsaw. It's going to make this go a lot faster. We also have plenty of seed. Oh my goodness, look at you. Well, this chainsaw is the real deal for zombies, though. Look at this. What you gonna do, doggy? All right. Oh. That was... Oh. Is this the dog horde coming? Is that what this is? I'm bleeding. I don't see a screamer. Huh. I don't know. Zombies don't stand a chance against this chainsaw, though. Know that. Oh, and I did do a test on the pickaxe, and I know I'm way far behind in episodes, but you cannot one-shot stone with the pickaxe. I have, on the server, I have a 600 pickaxe, and all my mining skills, miner 69, or all that stuff is capped out, and when I hit it once, it's still left over with 70 hit points. So you cannot take out the blocks with one shot still. Someone said that you could, and not long after that, I think I had mentioned it in an episode. I did not have a chance to try it out at the time, but I did. I went back and I jumped on the server and went and hit a stone underground and was not able to one-shot that stone. So hopefully they fix that at some point. You know, hopefully we can one-shot stone maybe in the next patch. Be nice. Might not cut this whole thing down. I'm going to count my wood here in just a minute. When I get through this one line, we'll see what we have. And we should have enough. We'll just go ahead and replant. Okay, so we have 10, 20, almost 30,000. That should be good for now. We'll come back later on and maybe finish it off or something, but we're running out of time in the day right now. And I at least want to get some frames. Matter of fact, wood frames. I want to get some wood frames laid out over here. Make 250. Well, you know what? We'll do that. Get some wooden frames laid out over here so we can see so that I can see what I'm looking at as far as the build goes. Have an idea. So I can start doing some planning and strategizing as to how I'm going to accomplish that without any help, fighting off the zombies and that sort of thing. All right, so that's that. We have enough seed left over with this. What I have in my hand, 147 trees we can plant right now. So good stuff there. Mini bike should be full of fuel. If I recall correctly, last episode we filled that bad boy up because we almost ran out. So let's run back down in here. Take a look at what we have. We have our wood. We're not going to take all of that with us. We'll take some of it with us. Some fuel we're going to combine. We do not need a chainsaw on us. But I'm going to combine these two spike clubs. I have enough crossbow bolts. We're going to leave our few repair kits over here with that one since we have some at the other base. Going to grab a little bit more fuel because, we have fuel pumping out over here. We don't over there. Look at that. I still have 6,700 fuel in there ready to go. So with all the digging we're going to be doing, we are going to be digging to bedrock multiple times over. So it's going to take us a massive amount of fuel to accomplish that. We could get our glass jars going here. How many could we do? 119. We'll go ahead and get those making and baking. And this one is just for clay. We don't have any iron. We're going to need to take ourselves a trip back to the desert biome at some point. But before I go, I want to triple check because it's a pretty long ride between here and there. I want to make sure I have everything that I could possibly need. We're going to take half of these over there with us. Maybe half the splints. Cornbread. I had some cornbread making. Yeah, look at that. Ran out of wood. Okay. Take our cornbread, and before we go, we're going to eat some meat stew. Boy, we were getting pretty hungry. Gonna drink up some more goldenrod tea. I need to cook up, boil some more goldenrod tea. I guess we could do that now before we leave. And that way we could goldenrod tea. 30. You know what? We're going to waste a bunch of wood by doing that. 13 minutes. It's only going to take 2. That's good. Not that, we're shortage of wood or anything, but waste not, want not. All right, so we'll replace that 1,000 stack with a 5,000 stack there. Looks like we're good here. Have everything we need. We have our auger on us. We have a screamer up in the pit. You know what? I don't even think I'm going to let her see me. I'll just let her down the spikes, perhaps. Perhaps she'll see us. Maybe she won't. A shovel. We need a shovel because I may not use the auger for quite everything. Okay, there she goes. Are you just going to fall on through? Oh, thank you for those 7.62 rounds, Miss Screamer. Put that there. So this is really just another trip over to take supplies and kind of assess what it is that we need to do. I don't see my shovel. Ladies and gentlemen, you misplaced that shovel. I don't appreciate that very much. did I take it over there? You know, I hate to waste time sitting here waiting on another steel shovel to make. I may have scrapped that thing. I think I did scrap it. Gosh. I'd be better off smelting that than I would scrapping it. Alright, so probably don't need to take any steel quite yet. Really? Screamer lady? They're just going to try to do everything they can to keep us from going over there today. So maybe I can reach this without her seeing me down there. Because I want to wait on that shovel to get ready before I take off. What time is it? It's 10:30. Okay, we can be there by about 12 if we wait on this shovel and take on off. Should be there around 12. Give us plenty of time to... Did she just eat it? Oh, no, she didn't. Let's see if we can peek up here and... Ah, look at the ninja skills right there. I thought she was going to turn at any moment and see us, but she did not. Grand Spartan the ninja. All right. What we could do, because we have so much scrap iron, is throw that junk up in there. I'm not going to use a lot of scrap iron. You know, we should get plenty. So we still have plenty of steel. Tell you what we could do here too is we can make ourselves another 150 forged iron. Shovel is ready. We're going to swing by the hardware store as well. On the way there, we need to get that thing back in rotation. I don't know. I marked it, but I must have mislabeled the day. I thought that I had that right. It's kind of a shame that I mislabeled it because now I don't know for sure exactly what day is what on that. But I certainly want to get it looted. If I recall correctly, on this save game, the hardware store was missing a crate. I think one of them got destroyed by a zombie, which is a shame. It's all right. Let's see if things have respawned. No, it still hasn't respawned. Goodness. All right, so we're just gonna leave that. I don't know what's up with that. I don't know why that has not respawned. Let's take a look at the map. We go up here and take a right, take that road. Check our... Boy, our mini bike was full of stuff too. I did not dump off. That's probably not wise of me to take all that, but we should just be doing a dump off run, laying a few things out as we dump off and to the chest over there. Like I said, you know, this is these kinds of projects, especially when you have to travel, they do take quite some time to, you know, everything to come together. This is just part of it. Once I get, gosh, the one thing I didn't take with me this time was cement. I walked in the base and then I got sidetracked. I was thinking about it as I went down. We're going to need a lot of cement for it, but not yet. All the digging will have to be done before I actually start placing any rebar. So not too big of a concern. We'll bring that back next trip with us because we'll be coming back over here to the base tonight. I very rarely would camp out at the place that you know, I'm building overnight. We could, because we're going to be underground. I'm not going to open up the surface area until the biggest part of it has been completed, so that the zombies can't get in there to us. And I'm just going to run over every cinder block and hill and tree along the way. Well, they need to check my my eyesight before they issue a license to me in the apocalypse. So looks like We're about halfway there. Be nice to get ourselves an upgraded engine from someplace. Probably bring a wrench with me next time and start scrapping some more cars, because our quality should be higher now that we have gotten a little bit better in scavenging, and maybe another point in quality Joe as well, since we were scrapping before. I think I got lucky and got a 555 or something, but get the best quality engine we can get and put on this mini bike, being that we're going to be using it so much to drive back and forth. Maybe in the next day or so we head back to our spot in the desert, a little sweet spot with all of the iron and oil shale. Not too concerned about the oil shale, but I do need a lot of iron, and there was a lot of it there. So I'm going to run up in here, and that dog's going to end up catching me. So we'll head back over there as well and spend the better part of a day. If I just go ahead and do it now and you suffer through that with me for an episode, we'll have enough iron that we won't have to go back for a while and get as much scrap iron as I can, or raw iron as I can, for a surplus. I know for this type of build I'm looking at is mostly concrete, but all the spikes will be steel. They'll be upgraded to steel. I'm sure you have seen in these most recent episodes of the Horde how well those steel spikes hold up to the Horde. They do not take a lot of damage, nor do I have to repair them very often. So steel is absolutely the way to go for the spikes now that you can upgrade them to steel. So I want to have a lot of that on hand, because not only do I need it to make the spikes, but I also need it to keep them repaired as the zombies fall in and do damage to them. So I need to mark this site on the map as well, so it makes it a little easier. Maybe I already did. Let's see. Let's hop off the bike. So you need to go up here and take a left. To this new base. That way we have a marker. A little guide to look at when I'm looking at the map here. There's a dog, two dogs. All right. So we're almost there. Well, that bee just came out of nowhere. Oh, there's a cop right next to our little build site. I'm going to have to take him out. Yeah, he's coming this way. Those things have incredible range on them for vision. Whoa! Oh, there's a dog right there, too. It's another dog. Maybe we can draw him over here. Oh, she's about to hit me. You was about to hit me, lady. That ain't nice. Aw, don't be messing up the terrain, man. What you doing, man? Try to take out all of the little minions first before I get on Big Bad Bob over here, because Oh, he's gonna blow big. Ooh, I could not finish him off there. That kind of stinks. Well, we'll just have to patch that hole along with our building process here. That's going to be the thing we're going to have to do. All right, so back to what we were originally doing. This game is so easy to get sidetracked. You know, so many distractions, so many things that can get you all turned around. Okay, so we did have another 5,000 wood over here. So I know everything's like out of sorts, but we'll worry about that later. Right now, let's get these wooden frames. Really, Mr. B? You gonna mess with me? You want to mess with me? Let's see if we can take this guy out before he ever even comes down here to try to mess with us. Oh, look at you. Alright, well that's fine. You stay over there. This guy notice us? He's gonna notice us, and the next thing you know, yeah, he noticed us now. Nope. Dog. 2 dogs. Lots of dog. Oh, there's another dog. There's 2 more dogs. Alright. Bring it on, Mr. Doggy Dog. They're just gonna run on by? It's like a wandering dog horde or something? Certainly they're gonna come back, right? Hey, hey dogs. Come over here, dogs. Don't tease me like that. Alright, well. A bee buzzing above my head. We're getting work done over here today, darn it. Alright, dog, we're just going to chase you down. If you're going to run around over here and act silly. Now what's up? Now you did, Mr. Doggy. This one over here, I don't know what he's doing, but I think he decided he wanted to beat on the building for whatever reason. Alright. Nice. Well, let's get a clear spot on our belt. And get this thing figured out here. It'd be nice to get underground so we don't have to worry about this all the time. And now I'm overheating, so some of you are probably looking at it saying, man, Spartan, I told you, put that poncho on, that cowboy hat, and drink that red tea. Yeah, I'm going to get around to doing all that. Absolutely going to need to being here in the hub city. So let's find a good spot. I want to be in the forest biome for sure. So this is probably as good as any. All right, one. That's 25. That's pretty massive. Let me think about this for a second. So if we had a spike pit, that's 1, 2, 2, 3. And 1, 2, 3. Maybe it's not as big as I'm thinking. So 1. 22, 23, 24, 25. All right. So two. Does that line up with both? Pretty sure it does. Let's see, our elevation here on surface area is at minus 28. So this is not going to be a very deep free fall pit, but it's all right. You know, it'll work. Some of you question, you know, whether or not you had to have a raised area to make them fall all the way down. You don't, because I think the free fall pit on the server is not at 0. You know, I think it's not a full 57 block drop, so I think it's only about a 40 block drop. So if we did that, actually, let's put it here. Let's move it out 1 block more so we're completely off of the street. How about that? Then I want to assess exactly how large it is. Boy, that garage door is going to be worn out. It's gone up and down so many times a day in this one episode. Let's take a look at this. So that is not so large. I don't want to get too carried away with it. You know, I don't want to be on this thing for 150 hours. But, you know, that's too many episodes. But, I don't want it to be undersized either. I think maybe we could go 31. So this is 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31. Okay. And then we're going to have to go. We'll go to 31 there. All right, and that way we don't have to move the other blocks back. We have to move this one back this direction. Get over here. So 26, 7, 8, 9, 31. And I'll absolutely count all of that out again just to make sure, you know, we're in line with everything. Kind of do this just to clean up where I'd be. So this is the old one here, where I'll be laying down some. Okay, I miscounted. Gosh, it's what I get for trying to change it up. So we'll count this across section here one more time. So that's 31. That's absolutely 31. Okay, 31. Always measure twice, cut once. All right, so let's go back this way and count it. 1, 2. $31. Okay, that is in line right there. I don't know how I got this one over here. Let's make sure this one's in line with that one. Feel like I'm a surveyor surveying land here. All right, so good to go. We're kind of running out of time for both the episode and being over here in the hub city. I don't think we want to spend the night over here. We had that 42-day horde coming up. Not too concerned, though. I think that the spike pit is good where it's at. Even if we get a bunch of cops and ferals, I think we'll be okay. I'm going to have to patch that hole that the cop made right there. So looking good. You know, I think 31 by 31 makes it large enough so that it's not, you know, some tiny little thing, but small enough that we can manage it. Let's see. I actually want to count 1, 2. Gosh, silly hole. So the gap in between is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so that's our center spot. Same here. Let's get a good. I want to just find the center of the location here real quick, and we'll call it an episode. That way, when we get back, I may not even drive back on the episode here. We may worry about that tomorrow. Once we get to a point to where we can dig down under the surface, we won't worry about that anymore. We won't have to go back at nighttime. We can just work throughout the night. So might not worry about going and mining for that iron anytime soon. You know, I think we're going to have enough resources to keep us busy here for a while, getting this build started. And I apologize, I'm a little meticulous about this. I absolutely want to get everything squared off and just perfect before I start. I always do this. Once I get this done, we move quickly, but you don't ever want to get it laid out, you know, wrong and start digging and stuff and realize you messed up. So let me recount the whole distance because I think it might be off. It is off. Good, good. Okay, I was worried for a moment there. Glad I recounted because we're off by a block. So we're going to be stuck out in the hub city above ground at night. Probably not the wisest thing. 1, 2. guess out. All right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I appreciate you hanging out here with me today. It's kind of a boring episode, maybe just getting this base started, kind of planning things in my mind for what will go where. But we'll absolutely pick it back up here again tomorrow and get some solid work done on this thing. Hopefully, start digging out a bit of the trench that's going to go around it, and make ourselves a free fall pit base with kind of a cool design in the center, perhaps. But thank you, and I'll see you tomorrow.